nazari.
Hello and welcome to News Hour on UNT TV. Today is Thursday, 5th of October 2022 and it's equivalent to 20th of Rabiul Awal 1445 after Hijrah. The headlines. HAJARKU ex-minister named in Dezene's UK bribery case. Public opinion should not override constitution in deciding cases. CJN warns new judges. On 2023 World Teachers Day, Plateau State government urged to employ qualified teachers. And on the foreign scene, US gives 1.1 million bullets seized from Iran to Ukraine. And in sport, PSG and Kylian Mbappe humbled by Newcastle United in Champions League. And those were the headlines. And for details and more of the stories, I am Rukayat Sani Ibrahim. HAJARKU, a former Minister of State for Petroleum Resources, have been mentioned in the criminal charges leveled against Dezeni Alison Madueke. Alison Madueke, who was Nigeria's Minister of Petroleum Resources between 2010 and 2015, is charged with receiving bribes in the form of cash, luxury goods, flights on private jets, and the use of high-end properties in Britain in return for awarding oil contracts. In the court process seen by the cable, HAJARKU was mentioned alongside Benedict Peters, ITO Chief Executive Officer CEO, and Haruna Momo, a former Managing Director of Pipelines and Product Marketing Company PPMC. Nigerians mentioned as defendants in the court process are Olatimbo, Bukola Ayinde, and Doye Agama. According to the court process, Ayinde bribed HAJARKU in August 2015 with the intention of influencing his capacity as a foreign public official when HAJARKU was Group Managing Director of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation. The document added that the act was contrary to Section 6 and 11 of the Bribery Act 2010. The Chief Justice of Nigeria, CJN Justice Olukayode Ariola, has clarified that public opinion, no matter how serious or weighty it might be, cannot override or supersede the Constitution of the country. The CJN made the clarification on Wednesday at the Supreme Court in Abuja while inaugurating another batch of 23 judges for the Federal High Court of Nigeria. He has therefore charged judges in the country to always apply constitutional provisions in deciding each case that may be assigned to them. The Senate on Wednesday confirmed the ministerial nomination of Abbas Balarabe from Kaduna State, whose name was forwarded by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in replacement for ex-Kaduna Governor Nasiru El-Rufai, whose nomination was rejected by the Senate. The Senate also confirmed the ministerial nomination of 37-year-old Dr. Jamila Ibrahim from Kwara State and 34-year-old Ayodele Olawande from Ondo State. However, after the screening of Ibrahim, who took the podium first, the session was thrown into pandemonium during the screening of Balarabe, who fainted on the podium shortly after introducing himself to the Senate. The three addition brings the president ministerial appointee to 48. Meanwhile, tragedy struck on Wednesday as Senate correspondent of the Tribune newspaper, Tijani Adeyemi, died of cardiac. Remains were laid to rest at the Gudu Cemetery in line with Islamic rites. The Plateau State Governor Barrister Caleb Mutfong has restated the commitment of his administration to revive and strengthen the veterinary facility and personnel in the state. The governor disclosed this yesterday at the induction and oath-taking ceremony of second set of veterinary surgeons from University of Jos. Governor Mutfong, represented by the state's Commissioner of Agriculture, Mr. Samsung Ishaku, explained that the state government is doing its best to see that all sectors gain attention, while charging the new veterinary surgeons to be diligent and hardworking while rendering their services. Governor Mutfong thanked parents and teachers for their excellent support towards actualizing the dreams of the graduates. Dean of the Faculty of Veterinary Medicine, Professor Pavend Huladino Bamaye, while applauding the new surgeons to collaborate and have focus, said that 13 students were graduates out of 28 that were admitted during the 2015-2016 academic session. Speaking to newsmen shortly after the oath-taking ceremony, some of the graduates, Magaji Agom Daniel and Weka Nenkima, expressed optimism that the university and Nigerians will see the actualization of what they have been told. Unity FM's correspondent Haruna Umar reports that President of the Veterinary Council of Nigeria (VCN), AIG Aishatu Abubakar Baju, who was represented by Mr. Dr. Kayode Femi at the occasion, challenged the graduates to show the utmost respect to the council and its members, calling them to observe ethics of the profession faithfully. The presidency on Wednesday insisted that the academic records released by Chicago State University, United States, have vindicated President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and confirmed him as an alumnus of the school. The Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Public Affairs, Tafe, also submitted that the CSU never said the certificate presented to the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, before the presidential election by Tinubu was forged in its deposition. Having obtained Tinubu's academic records on the order of an Illinois Chicago court, former Vice President Abubakar Atiku will today file his application at the Supreme Court. Atiku, who contested against Tinubu in the February presidential election on the platform of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), is expected to file the documents he obtained from the CSU in furtherance of his election appeal at the Supreme Court. As Nigerian teachers join their counterparts across the world to celebrate this year's World Teachers' Day, the need to employ additional unqualified teachers in public schools in Plateau State have been stressed. World Teachers' Day is being celebrated every 5th of October to acknowledge and appreciate the remarkable contributions of teachers to the society. The theme for this year's 2023 celebration is the teachers we need for the education we want, the global imperative to reverse the teachers' shortage. Speaking to Unity TV, Education Secretary Just North Local Government Area, Plateau State, Honorable Ajiji Azi, said this year's theme is very apt and important to our society. On efforts by government to address the dilapidated nature of some public schools in Just North Local Government Area, Honorable Azi said the state government is trying her possible best to create a good learning environment. Motorists in Sokoto State have expressed their displeasure as the price of petroleum motor spirits, PMS, popularly called fuel, has surged to 650 naira per litre in the state. Some of the motorists who spoke with the newsman appealed to the government to prioritize the interests of the masses in all their decision-making. Ilya Haruna, a tricycle operator in the state, condemned the sudden increase in the price of fuel, stating that it has negatively impacted their business. Alhaji Afolabi Hassan, a motor mechanic who also spoke, described the sudden increase as barbaric and inhumane. The Nigerian naira is among the worst performing currencies in Africa, the World Bank has said. It noted that the currency weakened by nearly 40% against the US dollar since a mid-June devaluation. The Global Bank explained in its report titled Africa's Pulse, an analysis of issues shaping Africa's economic future, October 2023, Volume 28. Other currencies with significant losses so far in 2023, according to the World Bank, include South Sudan, 33%, Burundi, 27%, the Democratic Republic of Congo, 18%, Kenya, 16%, Zambia, 12%, Ghana, 12%, and Rwanda with 11%. It noted that parallel exchange market rates are also compounding inflationary problems for some countries in the African region. And on the foreign scene, the U.S. has sent roughly 1.1 million bullets seized from Iran last year to Ukraine in its military, has said. The U.S. Central Command, CENTCOM, which oversees operations in the Middle East, says the rounds were confiscated from a ship bound for Yemen in December. Ukraine's Western allies recently warned that their production lines were struggling to keep up with the rate at which Ukraine was using ammunition. CENTCOM says the Iranian rounds were given to Ukraine on Monday. Their ammunition were originally seized by U.S. naval forces from a stateless ship named Marwan 1 on 9 December, it said. The U.S. government gained ownership of them in July through a process known as civil forfeiture, by which an asset can be seized if its owner is thought to be involved in criminal activity. And in sports, Paris Saint-Germain and Kylian Mbappe suffered a chastening defeat in the Champions League group stage, losing 4-1 at the hands of Newcastle United on Wednesday. Newcastle were 2-0 up at halftime, courtesy of goal from Miguel Almiron and Dambon. Newcastle extended its lead early in the second half when PSG goalkeeper Yalungi Donnarumma failed to stop St. Longstaff's powerful angled shot. Lucas Hernandez pulled a goal back for PSG, but a superb shot from Fabian Schär restored Newcastle 3-goal advantage. The win put Newcastle top of Group F with 4 points, a point ahead of PSG. Borussia Dortmund and AC Milan shared a goalless draw in the group of deaths for the game. And with the sport news, we've come to the end of our bulletin for today. You can follow us on our social media handles at Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at TUNTBE Radio FM TV, respectively. You can watch us live on the satellite decoder, but the sat which has been watched in about 38 countries of the world free. You can stream and watch us live on our YouTube channel at Unity FM TV. I am Rukayat Sani Ibrahim. Thanks for watching and enjoy the rest of our programs. To have yourself a lovely day.